What's up, y'all? So this is my third time attempting to record this video. I hope it is successful. I've tried earlier and I just got frustrated because I've even made a 30-minute video, went to upload it, and um it wasn't even there, so I just uninstalled the app and I'm trying a new one out. I don't even know the name of this one. I just downloaded something real quick because I really want to talk about this. And I mentioned a while back in one of my videos that it was something I've been wanting to talk to y'all about, something serious, at maybe 3 parts, because it's a lot to kind of break down to everybody. So back in April, I had a nervous breakdown, and I've always dealt with depression for years, off and on. But I can't say for the most part, being a spiritual person and believing in God and everything, He has healed me, healed me. Not completely, because I still got work to do on my behalf that I can do. And then I let God do the rest. And I always have been like that. And the closer I get to God, the stronger my relationship is with God, the faster I'm healed. Especially when you trust God. You can't, you have to not only practice what you preach, you have to live by it. Just like the word says, faith without works is dead. So you can't just practice what you preach, but you still don't live by it. And with that being said, again, I had a nervous breakdown in April. I think that's when I had stopped doing videos for probably a week or so straight. The longest stretch that I ever went not doing a video. Because y'all remember I had started doing them like every day. So I'm not going to say it didn't come out of nowhere. I think I was kind of ignoring what was going on with me spiritually. And I had not too long had a talk with a friend of mine, and she mentioned that we're at a spiritual warfare. And I was like, but haven't the world always been at that? And she was like, yeah, but now it's different, it's stronger. There's a strong entity that has entered, you know, that's, it's just worldwide. It's touching so many people. It's affecting so many people, and so many people are suffering much more than what has been talked about. And depression, stress, anxiety, panic attacks, mental illness, all of that is something that we just don't talk about enough, because it's really not easy to talk about unless you have that really good support system. And I've spoken about not having like a really strong support system that's like I don't have my mother in my life. So it's not easy to really claim people as a really strong support system just because you've known them a long time and you could talk to them about anything. Because you would know if they're giving you that support that you really need. So it's not going to always be easy for people to open up about things like that they're suffering from. But like I say, depression is something that I had always prayed about. And the closer I got to God, the better I was able to, get over what I was dealing with. And He healed me from that. But when I had the nervous breakdown, it was because a few things had taken a toll of me over me and on me. And it was just, I was pushing myself to deal with it rather than trying to reevaluate the way things could be. And I had stopped praying about those things. I just forgot all about praying about that. And I was just living life every day, just going through whatever it is I need to go through, trying not to complain about it. But at the same time, just because I wasn't complaining about it doesn't mean I wasn't thinking about it. And it had taken a toll on me, and I had started slowly falling back into depression. I just didn't want to talk about it. And so one day during the week, I just started kind of like, just I didn't have the urge to get up and be going to work the rest of that week. And I was just feeling bad, and I was feeling really down. And I started, like, I just was having mood swings all that week. So by the time that Thursday had come and I went to work that morning, and I think I did a video, and at the beginning of the video, I said I have an anxious feeling this morning. I don't know why. If y'all could go back, that video with me driving, I think it was Thursday, of course, because I had the blue shirt on. And I said, and I still had those crochet braids. I said I have an anxious feeling. But that's the Thursday. And then that Friday, I had called in to work that Thursday night and told my manager I just wasn't feeling well. Like I was feeling like I need to go to the hospital. I don't know why that it came down on me all of a sudden, but it did. And so she know that I'm not the type to really, miss a lot of days at work. So she wasn't tripping about it, but I could tell that she was kind of curious as to why I was just taking off with a short notice. And also at our job, you want to try to let your manager know that early so they can find a substitute to take your place for that day. But it wasn't a hard menu for that Friday, so it wasn't really a need for her to find somebody to take my place. So it was all good in that area, but at the same time, she was curious as to what had been going on with me the last few days, because she can tell it in me. Sometimes people are paying attention to you more than you think, especially when they used to you being a happy-go-lucky way. But I had been like, I don't know, I had been off my square for a little while, and I just wasn't feeling myself. But I couldn't explain what it was because this was all new to me. I know what it feels like to be depressed, but I also was used to just praying about it and asking God to just help me get through whatever it is. I'm doing all that I can, and constantly thanking God for everything He done for me. And I just thank God for the ability to be able to do a lot of things for myself. And I pray and have faith that He'll do the rest. Because there's only so much that we as humans can physically do. Like, we can plan out something just for the next day. We could plan out something for the remaining of our day. We don't know what's in God's plan. So I'm still learning. I'm still growing, and I'm in my 40s. I still have a lot to learn about how God works in mysterious ways, and He really do. I know that for sure. But none of us know what the future holds. And so I used to worry a lot, and that worrying caused depression for a long period of time. But like I say, once I became close to God and prayed and just had faith, because I can honestly say I'm a living witness to how He worked things out in my life constantly. It's never been a time, well, things didn't work out. It may have went a different way because, like I say, we can make plans all we want, but when God has the last say so, it's going to go His way, period. And there's nothing you can do about it. So, with that being said, when that Friday came, I was up that morning super early as always. I didn't go to work, but I still wasn't myself. Like, like a breath of fresh air. I don't know what it feels like to be off from work, just at home. But I'm like, I just don't feel good. I still wasn't feeling myself. As the morning went by, I was drinking a coffee then. So I had 2 cups of coffee that morning, thinking that that'll pick me up. But it made my nerves real bad. And so my nerves began to just take a toll on me until where it was uncontrollable shaking in my legs, my hands. And I was like, I'm going to go in here and fix me some breakfast. And my kids, they was gone. My son was gone to school, and my daughter had went to work. So she had my car, and my car wasn't home. And it just got worse because I couldn't even, I dropped the eggs on the floor. I was dropping stuff. I just wasn't myself. I didn't know what was going on with me. And I was having a nervous breakdown. And I was thinking to myself, is it that? Well, I need to go to the hospital. Oh, my car not here. Should I call an ambulance? I mean, my mind was racing. And I was scaring myself, so my heart was beating fast, and I started having chest pains, and I just was feeling for things for nothing. Out of nowhere, I was just scared. So got dressed, and I just throwed on anything out. I was out my mind. I went outside, then I got scared, like if my door closed, because my front door sometime it'll lock automatically, or if it's locked and you go outside, you're locked out. I was like, went out on the front porch, tried to get me some fresh air. I'm like, my door might lock behind me, just everything. I walked around to my carport. I was tripping, like, where my car at? I really was going through it for the moment. So I came back in the house. I tried to just calm myself down, just pacing around the house constantly. I got on the computer. I started looking up why I was feeling that way and what's going on with me. And then as I read things, I was scaring myself even more. So I started breathing and just started breathing. That helped a little bit, but by thinking about it, the shaking and stuff, my nervousness was still there. So I just got a gallon of water. I got the gulping down water, sucking on ice, drinking water. I turned my temperature down more. I sat in the front of the fan. I was shaking. I couldn't sit down and couldn't contain myself. It was just horrible. I don't know what I was going through. But, I didn't know why this was happening. It was new to me. I knew what it was, but it's different when you hear somebody talking about something or you've heard of something before. But when you going through it, it's so different because it was something I couldn't control. And I was like really, really hot. And I'm a cold-natured person. So to be hot like that was just shocking to me. I was shocked. And I drank more water. That kind of helped. I had checked my pressure. I couldn't even hold the pressure monitor up because I keep a blood pressure monitor machine up in my house just to have one. So that was up a little high. I guess because I was panicking. It was just all in my head that something is wrong, but what I was feeling was real. So it got a little better. I tried to lay down, and I was like, I'm gonna lay on my back. Laying on my back helped. Laying on my back helped to calm down my nerves. So I laid on my back in the bed with my feet up, my knees up in the air, whatever. I was just breathing. I tried to look at the phone. I tried to turn on Pandora, just anything. I'm about to go do my hair. I just kept trying to stay busy. And just everything. So after that, I can't even really remember when the symptoms had completely went away for the moment. But they eventually, just completely just diminished for the moment. Because it started again later on that morning. Because this was early in the morning, and then it started again between 10 and 12. And then it started again between 2 and 3. And I'm like, why does this keep happening to me? What's wrong? But then I kept the breathing up, and then I started just praying. The second time that it happened to me that morning, I just got to praying to God. And just asking God, whatever it is going on with me right now, Lord, please remove it off of me. Lord, please. I was just begging to God. And I wasn't crying. I couldn't make myself cry because I was too much in shock to cry. So it's like the prayer was helping me. The prayer, and I don't want to say God knows. God know me, because he's no respecter person. So I'm not going to say God know me. So he know I'm good and he was going to help me. He know I was good for the prayers. So I'm not going to say that and sound all conceited and everything. I want to sound humble as I was. I really got down on my knees. And I'm a prayerful person. I usually pray and talk to God anywhere and everywhere. And I pray all over my house from time to time, but not all the time. But praying is something I do daily and just randomly, just thanking God, just thankful. I'm thankful throughout every season. But that day, I just fell down to my knees in the bathroom because I was like, Lord, please remove this off of me. And just saying, whatever this spirit is, remove it, Lord. Remove it off of me. Remove it out of my mind, out of my body, out of my house. Get it. You're not welcome here. You are not welcome here. I'm talking to this spirit right now. You're not welcome here. Like, you really got to talk to God. And even when you crying, like when you feeling like, everybody that's crying when you praying, you're not crying like because you're sad. You're crying because you know that God is there. You know he's there at that moment. So I started to feel that way, and it started, lifting up off of me. It started to come off of me slowly, slowly. And then it would happen again to me that, well, when my kids had made it home that day and stuff, I told them what happened. And I had been on internet all day. I tried to cook. I couldn't cook. I think I burned my food up. I couldn't keep my attention on whatever it was I was doing. And everything was just everything that was on my mind was something to beware of. Like, for no reason. I was tripping. Seriously. So after that, like, Saturday had come. I had already looked at stuff that Friday on the internet. I was like, I'm going to start drinking more and more water, practicing different breathing techniques. Laying on my back, that helped. So I was like, I looked up meditation, and people meditate, sitting up a certain way, legs ending cross or whatever, laying down. I never knew that. We always see people meditating that same old way, in their cross fingers, eyes closed and just out of their mind for a minute, just escaping the body. So by me doing it my way, it helped me by laying on my back and just trying to clear my mind. But I kept God close to my thoughts. And I prayed while I meditated. I prayed. I guess that is meditation. So it helped me. It's like a burden was lifted off of me. It's like something just got up out of me. But the more I would think about it, like, I can't believe I was like, the spirit was saying, stop talking about it. It's well now, it's gone. I would kind of slowly feel the jitters coming back into my body and my legs. And I'm like, it's about to start again. And I would get kind of disgusted because I'm like, I don't want to go through this again. It's something you don't want to go through. It's a very uncomfortable feeling. I don't want to say scary because when you speak out loud about your fears, the devil can hit it. And Satan, he's waiting to attack you in any way, that he knows it's going to bother you or bring you down. That's what he do. He's evil. He's evil. So I kept just speaking it off of me. And just practicing myself to think positive. And it's all in your mind. It was all in your mind. The devil is a lie. And I just kept telling myself that everything is all right. You all right. The kids all right. The house all right. Your car all right. The job all right without you. Your health is okay. Everything is good. And thank you, Lord. I just kept thanking God for everything. And then, so that's like Saturday. It only happened once or twice that day. I was pretty happy, and so Sunday came. I was feeling that way again Sunday because it's like I woke up with it on my mind. I was waking up, jumping up out of my sleep. And I guess my dreams, I was having the craziest dreams. I used to do some, I still do my videos. I'll still be doing videos on dreams and stuff. But then, like I say, I wasn't doing the videos for about a good week after this happened. So I started taking some melatonin to sleep. And that really wasn't working for me because my mind was still racing. As I went to sleep, I was able to go to sleep, peacefully. But jumping up out of my sleep like every 2 hours, that had taken a toll on my body. So that Sunday, I was just like worn out. I was drained from everything that had happened since really Thursday night. Because I really had the breakdown on Friday. And my nervous system was just out of whack. And just trying to get myself together. I still hadn't went and got the calamine tea. That's another thing I want to talk about. The calamine tea, that really helped me when I went and got that. Shoot, I was drinking 2 cups of that with 2 bags in it straight. I don't add the sugar. I just drink it just like that. I cut out the coffee cold turkey because I had been drinking coffee forever since a teenager. So, that was something that was constantly fighting like withdrawals, back to back to back. Constant headaches. So I didn't know if it was the headaches from me thinking way too much, brain in overdrive, thoughts all over the place. But I didn't know if it was the coffee with the caffeine withdrawals. So with that being said, I just drank more and more and more and more water. Drunk a lot of water over the weekend. And then calamine tea, like in the evening. And I just laid, I wasn't able to really focus because I like to watch certain shows, of course. But I really wasn't able to focus on what I was watching until that Sunday. I think like the Housewives is on or something. So I was able to really focus and laugh at it. And I'm like, I haven't laughed in days. And it felt good to just realize you laughing again. And it felt good to laugh. I was just laying back on the couch. And when I realized I'm really in chill mode, I wasn't feeling like nothing was bothering me. Nothing was bothering me. I didn't have the jitters. I didn't get shaky for minutes at a time or nothing. So my head wasn't hurting. I was feeling pretty good. So I'm watching TV. And I had called my manager, told her I'll be back tomorrow because that was Sunday. But when I got up that Sunday morning, Monday morning, it started all over again because I started panicking, thinking if I don't get coffee, something gonna happen to me. It was my thoughts. So I was like, I gotta leave out of here real early and find something to drink from the gas station. I was in the gas station and I got the panicking because they didn't have the tea. Because I'm like, if I drunk the tea at home, I don't want to bring it to work. Just overthinking for nothing. And I remember I went to the Circle K. They didn't have nothing. I don't know. I was just tripping. I'm telling you. So as I got closer to my job, I got the kind of like, I really wasn't able to focus on the road. And mind you, I hadn't drove since Thursday. That's the longest I hadn't drove my car in days at a time. I hadn't drove that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I went back to work that Monday. I got some that green tea. I forgot the name of that green tea, but it's in like the light green can with the flowers on it. I got that green tea, and I'm like, this is the day that I'm gonna start just drinking tea. But I had already started drinking the tea on that Sunday, but that was calamine tea. So, because my coworker, I had got her to bring me the calamine tea when she was like, you need to go anywhere. She was checking on me and stuff. Me and her, we like best friends at work. But not really best friends or nothing. We just work good together. She got me the tea and stuff. I was drinking that Sunday, so I thought I was straight because I was good that evening. But Monday was a whole new day. And, that spirit was attacking me again. So I found myself panicking that morning all the way to work, not being able to focus in traffic. I don't know. I really don't even remember how I got to work. But I know I went to work that morning. When I did make it there, I remember sitting in the parking lot in my car. I was just scared to go inside of work. I was just scared. I was like, I'm finna call her and tell her I can't do this today. I'm about to go back home. I'm like, no, devil, you a lie. The devil is a lie. And I just prayed and say, God, help me with this. Help me with this. I could get through this. I could do it. I started praying again. Like, you really can't just stop praying. You gotta pray constantly. Prayer really got me through this. Whatever it was I went through after that breakdown, it took a toll on my nervous system, but prayer got me through it. And I just want to say, I'm speaking to the person who could have went through it or going through it, or if you know somebody that can use this, please share this video. I'm talking to people, period. Not no certain person. So this is for everybody. Please, pray more. And to go back to depression, if it gets worse, you may just get those symptoms for the long run, and you may want to see a therapist, somebody to talk to. You just may need to see a therapist because it's not going to get better, especially if you're not a praying, meditating type of person. You have to change yourself. You have to practice yourself to think a certain way. You have to talk to God and ask God to empty you of everything and fill you up, with everything of Him. Worrying, that's not of God. He wants us to fully trust Him and know that He got us. He gonna take care of us. He gonna supply every needs. Worry about nothing and pray about everything. And I used to keep that scripture on the dashboard of my car. And my daughter said, I want that to be my first tattoo. I will never forget that. She said that when she was like 16 years old. And I said, to just say that every day, it got me through moments of worrying. So, I just really hope that this video can help someone. I don't get many views, but I hope this one does, because it's like YouTube, like if you ain't on some trending topics or doing just some reviews of something that just premiered or whatever, you're not gonna get the views. And this is like the first part of what I'm talking about. I may do many more videos just talking about how to deal with things in a spiritual way, though. That's coming from me. I've seen videos of how people choose to deal with it, and they may not, they may not speak of God in their videos, but it helps. It helps. But you have to start practicing your mind to think positive. You got to push yourself through it. Pray and ask the Lord to help you. Ask the Lord to help you. Ask God to clear your mind. Ask Him to empty you of everything, toxic thoughts and worrying and stressing. It could take a toll on your body and your mind, and that's what had happened to me. But I thank God for being God. I thank God for being there, and I trust God, and I'm just so thankful. Because things could have went a whole nother way in my life so many times, and it didn't. And this is another time that God, He's there. He's there, and I ain't gonna never stop holding His hand. I ain't gonna never stop trusting God. I know that He'll get us through it and gonna get us over it. You just gotta trust God. You gotta pray. You just gotta try to do better. You know what's good for your life. You know what's good for you. You know what feels good. So do what feels good. And another thing, people mention social media plays a big part in, people going through things like that. Social media only plays a part if you entertain negative things. You choose to entertain negative things. It's not brought to you. You have the power, just as you do when you get on your phone and get on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. You have the power to click off of what you don't want to see. If it's not something that's good for your mind and your body and your soul, get off of that. Start reading into things that's more positive for your life. Even if you're not like, I don't read the Bible on a regular basis, but I feel myself being a spiritual person and having a spiritual connection with God. That's why I know and I truly believe that I have a discerning spirit, because I felt the spirit in the house growing, and with my children being like, the spirit was able to tackle them, latch on to them for a moment. But I quickly prayed it up out of here. I asked God permission. I gotta go feed my dog in a minute. I'm sorry if y'all hear her barking. I asked God for permission to minister to my kids, and I can't make them get a relationship with God as I have, but I can just talk to them. That's all I could do. God give us that one job to raise our kids the best we know how, and to love them and try to, just point them out in the right direction in life. And we do the best as we can as parents. None of us are perfect parents. But, with everything in me, I'm going to do the best I can to be there for my kids and be that strong support system that I don't have. I have good listeners, people that's dealt for a little period of time, but I really don't have a strong support system. But I can say I got God at the end of the day. And that's what got me over that. I'm claiming it as being healed from it. I'm not saying I'm getting over it. I'm getting through it. I'm saying I am healed. I have claimed it. And you got to start speaking it. You got to start saying I'm healed. You got to start speaking it. Don't wait for the next panic attack or episode or nervous breakdown. Don't wait on it. Don't claim it. Don't think about it's going to happen again. You know, it's just the way that we think. It's all about how we think. Just try your best to renew your spirit and your thoughts. And I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video. And as always, thank y'all for watching. I'll talk to y'all later.